Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Hillbilly Wine 101. Tonight I've got a unique bottle, something really different. It's right here. It's called MEEKER, alright? And this is their Merlot, Sonoma County, alcohol 14.8%, 2005. These run about $40 a bottle. To try and get this 2005, I don't know, it'd be hard to get. I'd say $50-something at least, if you could find it anywhere. I love it because when I first saw this, I actually went to the winery and discovered it. It's in an old bank, like a 100-something-year-old bank is where the tasting room is. And I went in and they had these bottles in there. This is a Merlot. And the winemaker uses acrylic paint and he puts his handprint on every single bottle. And I thought, man, that's really neat. And I bought it with no intention to drink it because I love the bottle and it was something you couldn't get here at the time. This is a 2005 and I think they started, I have some notes I'd like to read because it's an interesting little winery. Well, first of all, the Merlot, I believe, it's obviously at least 75% Merlot. It wouldn't be able to be called Merlot. The next thing in there is Cab mixed in, then a little bit of Petit Syrah and Petit Verdot. They started the winery in 1991. Right? They bought the first vineyard in 1977, and from 77 to 84, he was learning wine. They were learning wine making while they were doing their other full-time job, which they were involved in the movie industry. Then in 1984, they made the first wine. It was a Zin. It did real well. At that point, it was a hobby, and then it became a business. So I guess 1994 is when they put out their first wine. So this is 2005. I bought this with every intention of just keeping it as unique and never opening it. So I didn't store it very well. I didn't store it outside. I didn't keep it in a really controlled temperature. And so now, you know, we're 13 years later. So I was a little nervous. So when I went to open up this wine, and this is never a good thing, the cork crumbled. And I thought, uh-oh, means a lot of air might have gotten in there and the wine is ruined. So I thought I would decant it, and I did that about 2 hours ago. And I put it in here, and you see there's pieces of cork and everything else floating around there. But when I pour it into the glass, I would use this funnel and screen. Anyway, then I cleaned out this bottle. This bottle had a ton of sediment in it. And then I'm going to recant it. I smelled it. It actually smells good, and I just barely tasted it. And to my surprise and shock, because it wasn't stored right, the cork crumbled. It's good, which is a miracle. I'm going to save this bottle because I love it. Now they sell this here, but they surely didn't when I bought this, which wasn't 2005, but it was a long time ago. I don't remember when they were putting out the 2005. So let's see what we got. Anyway, it's unique. They make a wine. California, you can't make an ice wine, but they have a Zinfandel because it doesn't freeze there. And they can't call it ice wine because ice wine has to freeze naturally on the vine, and then the water goes out, the sugar gets really concentrated, you know, when it freezes, and it's a real sweet and rich wine, fairly expensive to make. What they do is they take their Zinfandel and they actually freeze it. So they can't call it ice wine, but it's made in the ice wine style. I'd like to try it. If I could find that here, I don't know. I know I've seen this there. I've bought this for people for gifts before. But I haven't really looked for any of their other wines. So when you do this, when you decant an old bottle or any bottle in here, and then you, I'm going to recant it back in there, and it's just called double decant. You know, it's nothing fancy. All right, so doesn't look brown or anything, and that's what usually happens when wine oxidizes. It'll get a brown hue to it. If it's too brown, it'll be, you know, it'll be bad. This one still looks fresh, and It's amazing. They make their wines, they use oak obviously and all, but they like a fruit forward on their wines. They like oak to be a complement and not anything or in any way overpowering. But you got to remember, now this wine should be fairly soft to the smell, to the taste, as far as tannins and stuff like that, because it had so much time to, you know, what I say it was, 15, 13 years. Was there a little rat in there? Oh, it's Mr. Producer. So, let's give it a sniff. So subtle, so supple. It almost smells silky. Just slight smell of raspberries. I call raspberry, raspberry, however you want to say it. Mixed with like plum and little plum. Raspberry is the number one kicker, with like plum and strawberry. I would say, as opposed to dark fruits, which a plum generally is a dark fruit, more of the lighter red fruits, so maybe a little cherry, but just subtle. It's very just smooth smell. A little bit of wood, maybe vanilla in the background. It smells good, but you have to work at it. No off-putting smell. It's just a nice fruity, mature smell. I'll tell you, it's amazing the structure that's still in there. You know, after 13 years, it still has tannin. My producers tell me the Derby is on. I don't really care. I didn't put any money on it. It's raining, and I've done enough Derby work to where I'm not that interested in it right now. I feel the tannin, and I feel the acid, and it marries. It's probably just a hair stronger than the fruit. Like, that's the first thing you taste, and then there's that supple fruit, kind of almost a sweetness. It's not sweet, but I just think from the mellowness and then that fruit flavor, it gives an impression of being sweet. And I should have had this with a steak, so I should have did. But, and I don't know why I said that, because I'm just tasting here. I will have it with steak. And I'm going to drink some of it by itself, because it's just so soft and so supple and so silky from the age. And I like that soft fruit's behind it, but you can still pick out all that fruit, and you still have the tannin. I guess this would have been good, especially if I had stored it correctly, for another couple of years, at least 3 more years. Which is, so anyway, I love that they used acrylic paint. They're in Sonoma, I believe. They've changed wineries and stuff, built a new one since I was there. The tasting room's still in the same spot. I think it's like a 117-year-old bank. It was kind of cool. It was a little small, and now they're getting more popular, so I don't know how they worked it out. But I remember it being real cool in that bank and all like that, in that small little town. So anyway, it makes a unique gift because of the, you know, the artwork on here, the actual handprint of the winemaker. It's a good wine. It tastes great. You know, I'm gonna save the bottle because I think it's cool. Anyway, so yeah, very good. I'm very happy. I'm very pleased that this wine's still good, even though I didn't store it correctly because I wasn't ever going to open it. I was just buying it for the looks of it. But now that I have this channel and now that you can kind of get it here, it's not as you know, something that I think I have to hold on to. So, from Hillbilly Wine 101, I hope you enjoyed this review, and go ahead and give it a shot. Bring it over as a you know, to the next party or housewarming gift or dinner you go to, or give it to somebody for their birthday. I think they'd really enjoy it. So everybody, cheers.